Hi guys, Jen Bloom here, your Gentastic Pampered Chef Consultant. Tonight I'm going to demo a couple of products. I'm going to make dinner, and this is my salad and berry spinner. Super cool. A lot of times I use bag salad, not going to lie. But even then you still want to wash the lettuce just because you never know. And there's been a couple like E. coli outbreaks occasionally with romaine lettuce and you know, bag salad. You can just never be too safe. But definitely if you use fresh lettuce, spinach, anything. So tonight I'm going to show you that it's not just for salad. I don't have any berries, but I have asparagus for my dinner. So I just went ahead and, you know, with asparagus, you don't want to cut off the ends. You just want to snap it, and it's going to naturally break off where the woody kind of tough part is. So, you know, you have your long asparagus spear, and you're just going to snap it, and it's going to break off kind of naturally. So that way you don't waste any of the good stuff if you choose incorrectly where you're going to cut. And it takes off all the here's a fresh one that I missed. So you just want to snap it, and where it breaks off, that's the good part. So I just rinsed it inside the salad spinner. See how cool that is. It comes with a bigger tray for really whatever you want to wash off and get all the water out of, and the smaller one traditionally for berries or whatever you're using. So two different sizes, and then it also has the lid so you can store in the fridge. I always thought fresh vegetables and lettuce it didn't really last that long because it seems like it gets moldy and just gross in your fridge. It's because of the moisture in it. So if you can do some of your prep work, even you don't have to do it right when you get home from the store because usually you're tired, right? You just want to shove it in the fridge and be done with it. But if you can do it as soon as you wash it and then use this to remove all the moisture, it's going to store. You can keep lettuce for, you know, well over a week. All your vegetables, they're just going to last so much longer. Fruits, because the moisture is what makes them mold and get gross. So, little tidbit there. So I just have my asparagus spears in here. It comes with the lid that you're just going to put on. It has a locked position. Oops, that would be open. Locked position for storing, so it's going to take up less room in your cupboards. So I'm going to have it open. And with this, you want to pump a couple times, get it spinning, and then break. Because the breaking is what's going to fling all the moisture out of the whatever you're doing. I don't know if you can see this. So there's this little break right there, that little black button. So you're just going to give it a couple whirs and then break it. Super easy. It's got a motor in there, so you're going to feel it and then break it. You'd be amazed how once you put it in here, you think all the moisture's out, and then there's a lot left. Break it. Okay, super easy. So there, I thought I had drained it pretty good. I don't know if you can see all the water that's actually still left inside there. So that water is now not in my asparagus. So it's gonna cook a little bit better. It's gonna be crispier, especially when you're roasting it, and it's gonna store much, much better. All right, stay tuned. Hey guys, Jennifer Bloom here, your Gentastic Pampered Chef Consultant. Tonight I'm making, I have to look at the name, roasted chicken and asparagus with pan sauce. And I'm using our stainless steel nonstick skillet, the 12-inch. So, wanted to do a quick demo because I love this pan so much. So I'm gonna move this so hopefully you can see it. I'm just using a little bit of Classico extra virgin olive oil. It's the Mediterranean blend. I may have got this a little too hot. You just want to preheat your pan 3 to 5 minutes on medium high. And I have my looks good. My chicken tenders. Just get more oil all around there. Oh my gosh, it smells so good already. I'm putting it skin side down. I am using the skin on this. And that's going to help get it a good sear. And that's all I'm going to put in there. Okay, now we're going to sear this for 4 minutes. The trick to a good sear, I'm going to move you over here. Trick to a good sear is not to touch it. I'm not very patient, so I'm always fiddling with it and moving it. You don't want to touch it because it's going to naturally release from the pan when it's ready. So about 4 minutes, I'm going to check it. If it doesn't release, then I'm going to just let it chill out for a minute, and then when it naturally does, I'll flip it. Stay tuned. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. Just going to check and make sure. You can tell already it's done. Look at that. Look at it. What you want is that good color, and all those brown bits in there are going to help with your sauce so much. And if you need to rotate, I don't know if you can see, but see how this one doesn't have quite as much color? My burner isn't the best, so I'm just going to move it around a little bit. You don't want to move it with the skin side because you want it to have that good, nice attachment to the pan. So another minute for the non-skid side, and then we're going to take it out and remove it from the pan and finish the rest of our sauce. Okay. Just going to check that out. Looks delicious. I'm just going to move it to a plate. And we're going to let that hang out while we finish the rest of our sauce. Now, I don't know if you can see all the delicious, let me move you over here, bits in the pan. That's what's going to give our sauce such a good flavor. Hopefully you can see that. That's called fond. So that's all the delicious brown bits in there. I'm using one of my mixing bowls. I'm going to add the onions. I use my simple slicer on the third setting to slice those up, and then I just cut them in half. I actually bought mushrooms that are already sliced, and I just kind of cut them with my hands, or broke them apart with my hands to make smaller pieces. Cooking is not an exact science, that's why I love it. Baking, you gotta follow everything to a T, but cooking, a little of this, a little of that. Oh, one thing I should mention. On the chicken, I seasoned it with the Dijon rub, Pampered Chef Dijon rub. And the recipe doesn't call for it, but I add this garlic rub to everything. I love it. And then my little secret weapon. I don't know if you guys have heard of Alpine Touch. I discovered it when I lived in Montana, and it's delicious. So I put that on everything, and I've conned my husband into putting it on everything he cooks too. So just a little sprinkling of that. So we're just going to saute up the onions, mushrooms, and I use 2 garlic cloves with my garlic press to mince it. And we're gonna get the bottom. That's not really the right utensil for that. I'm gonna use my scrapers. These are heat safe up to 700 and something. I'll look that up for you because I don't remember the exact 600 degrees. So they're perfect to use for this kind of stuff. And you want to get all those brown bits up off the bottom of the pan. The nice thing about the stainless non-stick, nothing's going to stick to it, so it's really easy to deglaze your pan and get a wonderful pan sauce. Okay, we're just going to saute that for a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, it's been probably 3 to 4 minutes, and I wish you could smell this. It is so delicious smelling. So basically we've just sweated the onions and mushrooms, and we're going to continue to deglaze the pan. You can use chicken broth. I do not have any chicken broth, and I'm out of bouillon, if you can believe that. But you can also use white wine. The trick with white wine, if you can see that, is never use a wine that you wouldn't drink. If you wouldn't drink it, you don't want to put it in your food because you will taste it. So if it's not good enough to drink, then don't cook with it. So you don't want to use like the cooking wines from Safeway or you want to use a real wine. So that is Grocery Outlet's finest wine. Stay tuned. Oh, whoops, gotta tell you. So I'm gonna use 1/3 cup white wine, but I'm doubling it because I want to make extra sauce, so I'm using 2/3 cup, and then half a lemon, and we're just gonna add that to this, which I already have. 2/3 of a cup measured out of the wine. Mix that up, and we're just going to simmer this and reduce it by half. And we're going to do that uncovered for about 3 to 5 minutes, but basically until it's reduced by half. Okay, it's reduced pretty good now. I don't want to reduce it too much because I want the sauce. So now we're going to add the asparagus and tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes were pretty big, so I just went ahead and quartered them instead of halved them. Look how pretty that is already, all the different colors. The smell is delicious. I went ahead and sprinkled a little bit more of the Dijon rub and the garlic rub and Alpine Touch, just to season it a bit more. And I hit it with a bunch of pepper. So we're just going to stir that to combine. And then I'm going to place the chicken back on. These chef tongs are so awesome. When you hold them up, they lock, and then when you open, they unlock. One-handed. So we're just going to add that back to the pan. You could use whatever kind of chicken you want. If you wanted chicken tenders, if you wanted boneless, or pardon me, well, boneless, skinless. If you're trying to watch the fat, you certainly could do that. You could do chicken tenders, breasts, whatever you want. I'm using chicken thighs. I feel like the dark meat has much more flavor. It's less expensive. And we're doing keto, so the fat isn't really something that I'm worried about right now. Okay, we're going to stick that. I preheated my oven to 425, and we're going to stick that in for about 12 to 15 minutes. And you want your chicken to reach about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want it to be underdone, so you don't want anybody getting sick. So we'll make sure to give it plenty of time. The beauty of this pan is it can go right from stovetop, see how gorgeous that is, to the oven. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, it's been 15 minutes in the oven. That's right, I said oven. Check that out. Ooh, it looks so good. And you always want to, because of the handle, make sure you use a pot holder so you don't burn yourself. You can see that. Delish. It smells so good. Okay, what I did was took out the chicken and just mixed in my zoodles. I don't really like them cooked, but it's nice just to kind of warm them up a little bit with whatever your sauce is. You can also bake them to try to remove some of the moisture, because there is a lot of moisture with zucchini. And you don't want your sauce super runny, but with this sauce it doesn't matter. So we're just going to combine that. Look how pretty that looks, and then I'll add the chicken back. And then my starving family can finally eat. Look how good that looks. It smells so good. And obviously you could add whatever you wanted in here. Whatever veggies. If you didn't like mushrooms and onions, you could leave those out. But look how pretty that is with all the different colors. All right, from my kitchen to yours, have a gin-tastic night.